Hello, it's Jackie and I'm back with another journal share for you today. This one is a swap, and this is a journal I'm swapping with the very lovely Ali. Ali Commons and I have been part of Junk Journal Junkies for quite a long time. I have swapped, excuse me, I have swapped with Ali before. It's probably 3 or 4 years ago now when we did some of the Junk Journal Junkie swaps, and we've been trying to organise a private swap for quite a while. I think Ali would agree, and we've finally gotten around to it this November. So this is what I'm sending off to her. We agreed on a lacy journal, 2 signatures, and that was pretty much it. So I've done a soft cover, and you can see it's quite fussy, quite fluffy. I've even put a bow on the front this time. I think I like it. It's just tied on, so if you don't like it, Ali, that can come off, but I quite like it. This one I've filled chock-a-block full, as you can see. It's wanting to open out quite considerably, but there's quite a lot pinned in that Ali can take out if she wants to use it as a writing journal. Sorry, I just need to check I'm in frame. There we go. Okay, so it's approximately 5 by 7. It's a soft cover, as I said, quite flexible. Fabric doilies, vintage doilies for the mane on the outside, and some canvas on the inside here, stitched round. I've got another bow here, picking up the colours in this vintage birthday card. And this is some vintage lace collar that I've put on the front. And this is to wish my dear grandma a joyous birthday from George and Ron. So I just like the colours in that. I've tried to use pink, white, blue and yellowy orange in this journal in the main. So we've got some Edith Holden here, and this is not vintage lace, but it's white lace. This is an envelope I've made from a magazine page. Don't often do that, but I just loved the colours on this, and there will be a note in there for Ali when it gets sent out. This is a document from 1860. It's quite grubby, to be honest, but I liked the writing, I liked the way it looked in here. I have cleaned it with an eraser, a pencil eraser, as much as I can, and left it at that really. The inside, the bit I turned up for the pocket was even grubbier, and there was no real interesting writing on that, so I've covered that up. And this is from an old book, and this is a tag made from part of an, I think that's an Amity Bloom collage paper, I think, and these are other Amity Bloom bits and bobs. I've backed them all onto either card or tea stained paper. Gosh, no words. And this is a group of 3 little tags that I just put together with a little bit of Irish linen thread. And the thread I got from Carol, Oak House Journal Carol. A bit of stitching on some of the pages. This is Amity Bloom. This is my great-grandmother, Anna Maria. That's from about 1910. And this is made from a book page and part of a scanned document. I think I did a bit of collage on that. I haven't done a whole lot of collage in this one. Oop, stuck down. There we go. I've used my favourite and usual stencil. I probably should think about getting another stencil, but I really, really love this one, so we'll carry on with that. This is one of the Franken pages. I overstitched this slightly, so it became very weak on this side, so I've just brushed some matte medium over the stitches just to make sure that holds up, and there's a little dangle there. This is an envelope with a little letter inside. I think I'll show you this. So this is to Mr. and Mrs. Bryant of Falfield, Gloucestershire. This, I think, is Second World War, and it's from a prisoner of war camp. Henry somebody, I can't read that, from prisoner of war camp, Tolworth or Tortworth, Falfield. And it's a sad little letter inside, I have to be honest, and I'm not going to read it out. It's, there you are, there's the date, 8th of December 1947, so it's just after the Second World War. Anyway, Ali can look at that, and I think it's nice to preserve it, even though it's a little bit sad. I have just dressed the envelope up a little bit with some collage. It's a bit of fussy cutting. I've done pinned in a library card, vintage library card, and I've attached a little bottle of pink glitter onto that, just for something different. In the centre of the first signature, I've got glass beads, which obviously can fall out of the top and the bottom, or the bottom. This is cut from a vintage birthday card, and you'll see more of that later. This is a little Amity Bloom journal cards, and this is part of an 1845 document. More fussy cutting. On this side I've got a Flower Fairy image. This is from a vintage 1920s Flower Fairy book. And this is from a more modern version of the Flower Fairy book. And this is trimmed with some lace that I was gifted by Leanne, the lovely, lovely Leanne from Australia, who's been a massive support of mine for quite a long time now. Thank you, Leanne, and hello. As many of you have, I have to be honest, I've got some very loyal followers, and I appreciate you all. Thank you. This is a layered tag. I've just done three layers. I'm sorry, I can't talk today. This is cut from, this was a scraps that I had on my desk, so that's from an old document. This is a tag that I made. You might have seen that before. Been sort of hoarding that. I rather liked it, but I'm popping it in for Ali. And then we're on to the second signature. More of that lace, a little heart dangle. This is an envelope that I made after watching Angela Kerr. I can't remember if it was a tutorial. I think it might have been. And I've just popped an original cabinet card in there for Ali. So this is more or less, is completely Angela's version of what I think is probably a Tracy Fox original. More in Angela's style. It's more fussy cutting, more stenciling. This is a vintage postcard from 1914. This is another old document that I had, and in there I put some more book page, just a simple slender tag, and another little group of fussy cut punched tags down here. Again, this is a scrap from a vintage document, a different one. Small book page. In here I've got some more vintage book pages and a little Christmas card in actual fact, but the colours sort of picked up what was going on in this journal. And this is from Captain and Mrs. Lamb, who lived in Sunderland. Pretty little thing that is. This is a tag I've made, which you might remember, seen before. the centre of this one, put some random birds in this one. I just like the colours, and I thought it sort of picked up the bits of yellow. It's a little bit of lace, it's from the same collar that's in the front. And on this side I've done, this is an old document and another book page. It's in there. It's another handmade tag here. The dangle, a bit more of that lace from Leanne. This is another layered tags, I suppose, and I've just done that in a slightly more shabby style. I think I might have seen something similar to that on Pinterest. I like the way that looked. This is the birthday card. I've cut it down a little bit to fit in this journal. So on the inside I've made more journaling space with what's this? This thin paper. Anyway, and there's a picture on the back there. So again, that's just over the top of the page. And then on the other side we pick up this orchid. They're all orchids, or maybe they're irises. Orchids, I think. There's another book page. This is Barnabas again, my great-grandfather. Again, that's about 1910. It's not a real photograph, it's a copy, obviously. A bit more of that vintage collar. And in the back, there's one of my embroideries with my card. And you can see how flexible this is, fabric over sort of a thick interfacing, all stitched together. So that's my swap for Ali. I hope she likes it. I enjoyed making it, Ali, and thank you for swapping with me. Bye bye.